So, quickfire questions. First thing that jumps into your head. Your dream bird to film or photograph?
The Guianan cock of the rock is a bird that, it was kind of the bird that got away from me. I had an opportunity to get such an interesting looking bird. What a beautiful bird. And in 2019, I was in the region where you could actually have a good probability of seeing it, but we just didn't have the time to actually go look for it because of the project. And a close second would be just to go down and work with the, any of the birds' paradise in Papua New Guinea would be a dream come true. They're stunning. And I am attracted to I have to say, the colorful birds just move me. And I think a lot of that is where I live. You don't get to experience too much of that. A lot of the birds in the Rocky Mountain region where I live in Colorado, you're harder pressed to find what most people would call an exotic bird. And so I'm attracted to that. They're like the tropical fish of the sky in a lot of ways.
I was going to ask you, which is your local patch favorite bird, your neighborhood favorite bird?
The North American Kestrel is a bird that anytime I see one, I'm pulling over. I'm trying to get a photograph of it. Cool. I love the way that bird looks. I love the way that bird moves. I love the way it hunts. It's got incredibly cool social patterns. I think it's definitely one of my favorites.
So, next one, your favorite bird song?
Favorite bird song is a meadowlark. It's a bird that you know that spring is here when you hear the meadowlark where I live. And it's one of those things where when I hear that bird song, it kind of brings me back to my youth in a way. You know what I mean? It reminds me of being a kid. Or it's like an aroma that takes you somewhere. That bird song always sort of transports me.
Wait, Diego, you'll be able to tell this. We've got the eastern meadowlark here. So in the Rockies, is that western meadowlark or is that the same?
Yeah, that would be a different species. They don't sing exactly the same, but they're the same genus. They're similar metallic, rattling thing. Very, very nice.
It's a cool song. We have it in the countryside around Bogota, the eastern meadowlark, which I think sings quite similarly. That's a nice song.
Is yours I know that down in Patagonia, their meadowlark has a red plumage, whereas here where I live, it's a bright yellow plumage on the sort of like neck up.
I have a little answer for you. We have them all. We're in Colombia, mate. Actually, yeah. So we have Peruvian meadowlark, one of the red ones down south of the country, and we also have and it depends on what you call meadowlark, but different genera and different birds being put in that name in English. So we have them all. We have almost 2,000 species, mate. So
that's just the Colombia answer. We've got it all. It's fine. Everything's here. It's all good.
That's why Colombia is such a draw. Because, it draws you in because when you're there, you have the opportunity to see so many wild species and the diversity is incredible. And it's got to be one of the hot spots of the planet.
We're lucky to be down here for sure. I have to pinch myself sometimes coming from central England. So one last quickfire question. And are you binoculars and camera or just camera or sometimes just binoculars? What's the deal?
It's always camera. That's like the high priority. If I have the luxury of being able to carry the extra weight, or let's say that I'm in a safari truck and I'm somewhere where we're doing a lot of the work out of a vehicle, binoculars are so key. I mean, the magnification you can get out of binoculars, not to mention just the weight of whipping around and trying to find something, they're much more effective. But if it's one or the other, it's always going to be the camera.